I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now, let's make this church great again.
You know, when I do these videos, my goal normally is to piss you guys off. Honestly, it is, because sometimes you need to be pissed off to make a move or to see something clearly. Like, I always go off on the right podcasters, like homosexual Benny Johnson, and all those Chris Michael Knowles, and then Dan Bongino. I can't stand them because they're fake. They're hypocrites. They don't treat Trump the way they should, like they did with Biden. And we don't need a bunch of sellouts who are peddling some bullshit religion that they don't follow. And when money's on the line, you can't trust anybody, even if they claim to be God boys like Benny Johnson and them. Well, anyways, but this right here, this is fucking exactly why I get mad. And this is exactly why I do these rough videos. Using religion to get what you want is disgusting. I can't stand it. Watch this.
Well, apparently our military commanders are telling our troops who are about to go and die for Israel that don't worry, this is God's plan, is what they're reportedly saying. This came in from Jonathan Larson, and he says here, at more than 30 military installations, U.S. commanders told troops the war on Iran is a Christian war. The Military Religious Freedom Foundation tells me it's been inundated with complaints from more than 110 service members. One NCO said their commander told them today that the U.S. war is to bring about Armageddon and the return of Jesus. This is what's going on in our military. We're supposed to have some sort of separation of church and state, I thought, but apparently now if you join the military, you're going to go and die for Israel because it's God's plan.
Look, if you guys don't know exactly what it's like, you haven't been paying attention, let me sum it up for you. Why she keeps saying Israel. First off, they're using God again, for their disgusting, sinful, pathetic deeds that they want done. They're going to tell someone to risk your life. First off, I think I think the soldiers should say, fuck off. I'd rather have a dishonorable discharge and take off than do this bullshit anymore. We're done. These guys, they're soldiers, yes, they signed up for something, but they still have to be independent-minded. You can't just go along your master, your commander, because they're all, I think every single one have been corrupt. Look at Trump. Look at this ridiculous, orange, disgusting, slimy blot just sitting there on his one knee like this. Fuck off, bro. Who do you think you're fooling? You orange mess. He said it earlier. You know why they're doing this? Because earlier he kept saying, well, there'll probably be casualties, but it has to happen. That's war. So now people are getting mad. Like parents were getting furious he said that. So now he's going to try to use religion, just like Benny Johnson and them, to twist it and like, oh, guys, it's religion. He's so fucking pathetic. If you think this guy cared about people, you think he would care if he cares about religion, if he's participating in the genocide of killing kids? He's given BB weapons and money to do it. I mean, he hid the Epstein files, that fat, orange scumbag. Guys, if you think I'm being over the top of the cussing, no, I'm not. He deserves worse. But anyways, covering up files, and then you saw what was in the files, and we only saw half, and a lot of it was redacted. And it was horrific. So picture what he knows that we don't. And he still didn't defend kids. Yeah, they're adults now, but we never busted the people who hurt them when they were kids. So that means it's still going on. We all know people who come out of prison, they reoffend. 90% of them just reoffend. So that means it's still going on. Okay? And then 180 girls. That's the updated toll of the Iranian elementary that got bombed by these losers. 184 little schoolgirls died. The parents, go watch the video. Parents are crying their eyes out. And they're finding, there's also videos of body parts everywhere of little girls, little kids, all over the area. Yeah, that's it. And this motherfucker sitting on his fat, orange, rashed out neck, weird looking bruised hands and praying to God. Unbelievable. Sorry, man. This is why I hate the right. What do I call them out? God boys. I like religion. Don't get me wrong, but never use it for your deeds. Evil deeds.
MRFF, which is this is the Military Religious Freedom Foundation, and they're logging these complaints, and they've received over 100 of these complaints. This is one of the complaints saying here, this was just published yesterday. It was published today, but it was a complaint from yesterday, March 2nd.
Right there in the back, they should just superimpose a transparent version of Bibi Netanyahu, his lover. Coward. Look at him. Look at Trump. Do you ever think you look at that face, knowing that he's killing soldiers for someone else, and not even giving you guys shit? You're not getting anything out of this, guys. It's not like he said, "Okay, here I made 5 promises. Here's 4. I broke 1, but the one that I broke, it's going to be something you guys going to hate. You know, the whole helping Israel destroy the world. Then maybe it'd be easier to swallow. But he's not doing one thing for you, and he's doing all this for Israel and Bibi. So you should be furious.
Mr. Weinstein, thank you for taking my calls and the calls of some of my colleagues as to what happened earlier this morning with our combat unit. Please protect my identity and the identities of those I'm speaking for, as we discussed. Our unit is not currently in the combat zone, AOR, regarding the Iranian attacks, but we are in a ready support function where we could be deployed there at any moment to join and augment the combat operations as participants. I'm A, and this says NCO rank withheld, in our unit. This morning, our commander opened up the combat readiness status briefing by urging us to not be afraid as to what is happening with our combat operations in Iran right now. He urged us to tell our troops that this was all part of God's divine plan. And he specifically referenced numerous citations out of the book of Revelation referring to Armageddon and the imminent return of Jesus Christ. He said that President Trump has been anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to Earth. He had a big grin on his face when he said all of this, which made his message seem even more crazy. Our command...
Look how dumb they look. They look like fucking idiots. Look at their children. These are our politicians. This is what we voted for. This is what we're putting up with and accepting. What the fuck are they touching them for? Look at him. He looks like a fucking idiot. Bro, you look stupid, dude. Stand up. Be a man. So their baby face. What are they doing? They act like he's the holy grail of the holy Jesus, and they just want to touch him because he's emitting just angelic rays of joy. If I... Oh my God, this is embarrassing. Look at these idiots. It's all about me, huh? Look at them. It's all about me. Me. Fuck off. Loser.
Would probably be described as a Christian first supporter. He has been this way for a very long time and makes it clear that he desires all of us under him to become just like him as a Christian. But what he did this morning was so toxic and over the line that it shocked many of us in attendance and at the ops readiness briefing. Besides myself, I'm reaching out to MRFF on behalf of 15 fellow troops. I know you asked me about the religious views of our group who have requested help from the MRFF. I can only tell you that I am Christian, and at least 10 of the others are also Christians. One of the others is Jewish, and one is Muslim. I don't know the religious or non-religious status for the other 3 at this time. I and my fellow troops know that it is completely wrong to have to suffer through what our commander said today. It's not just the separation of church and state, as we discussed, Mr. Weinstein. It's the fact that our commander feels as though he is fully supported and justified by the entire combat unit's name withheld chain of command to inflict his Armageddon views of our attack on Iran on those of us beneath him in the chain of command. I hope by sending this email to you that this will help expose these...
Okay, so enough of this bullshit. I said in my other videos, when Benny Johnson, when they use religion, and all the right does this, all the podcasters, influencers, they're all claim to be religious, okay? When you get a fan, let's say I'm a social media guy, I'm an influencer, even though I'm not, but if I was, and they like I was funny or something, or I'm hilarious, or I'm smart, like, and I get fans that way. Yeah, some people they take it, they love these podcasters. You understand what I'm trying to say, though? But when you get them based on religion, that's like way more powerful than getting them based on your looks or your humor or your smarts, because to them they think that's everything. You follow? So nothing worked. I mean, he tried to use the safety of Americans. It didn't work because no one's buying that bullshit. He tried saying, oh, because they hate Americans or they said death to America. That didn't work. So now what are they doing? They're Hail Mary religion, and Trump's in there like, I mean, he's embarrassing himself. And it's funny because like he's not like doing something holy, and that's why they're doing this prayer. He's doing something that had to happen. Nothing had to have happened. Do you understand? Like these soldiers, 6 died already. From what I mean, that was the last number. It's probably way more. According to Iran, we're in the hundreds, 500 they said. But regardless, so let's say it's 6. That's still 6 that shouldn't have died. Now, here's the problem. What are they dying for? They don't know. They fucking don't know. Why are they dying? What is Trump, like, what's so angelic and so Christian about this war? What is it? I don't know. So the point is, you're making them, that's why I'm always going on about religion. Not because I hate it. I do believe, I think. Yeah. It's just that I don't like people using religion because it's like information that you can destroy someone's life with when that kind of like religion should have been used to better their life and make them happy and make them safe. But you're using religion to basically get these soldiers to go and die. Religion shouldn't reward you with death. Religion should only reward you with good things. And that's not what they're doing. So when these soldiers are dying, they're not dying because Jesus is coming back to earth or because their country's under attack. The Christians they're dying for billionaires to get a little bit more than they already have. Think about it. If I had a kid that was in the army, I would say, you're not going. I'll say, you're not going to Iran. You're not doing this billionaires, Israel's war. You're not doing it. You're going to sit your ass down because I'm not going to have my kids die to please like Bibi Netanyahu or these billionaires. I mean, don't you ever wonder, what is all this about? All of this. Like, why is Trump going against 300 million Americans he made promises to? Why would he do that? Because some billionaire donors? Or because he wants to be best friends with billionaire globalists? But the real matter of fact is you're dying for someone's, like I said, not necessities, for someone's superficial reasons. Because Bibi Netanyahu wants a greater Israel project, which basically means that you're going to take over the Middle East, all of it, for himself. Is that a reason you want to die for? Okay, let's say that was Trump's reason. That your own country president wants to do it for that reason. That would still be fuck no. Don't do it because our president wants more than he has, and he's already got a shitload of everything. But you're doing it for another country's basically prime minister, president. That's what you're doing it for, and then you're gonna die. Do you think this guy cares about religion? You understand? They were working on negotiations with Iran. That's why Iran was shocked. It was a weekend. It was like, what, Saturday? Monday, they're supposed to resume these negotiation talks. And out of nowhere, they got missiles everywhere. Boom, boom. That's what, I don't know if you realize, but Ayatollah died because of that, unpreparedness. And people think the reason that Trump faked these negotiations was so they wouldn't be on guard. Like if you would have said in the weekend, oh, we're done, negotiation, you're over, you're done with, we're done negotiating, you don't want to do it in good faith, watch out. They'd be prepared. But Trump and them made it seem like this is what was supposed to happen. They were going to make a deal. So they were unprepared, and that's how they were able to kill so many like big top generals and Ayatollah Khomeini because they hustled them. Now, what is this about though? This is not about America. It's not, because if they cared about religion, why don't you go to Israel and tell those motherfuckers stop spitting on Christians and go watch those videos. I did a video on it. Go watch it. They spit on everybody. They spit on priests. They spit on nuns and even kids. If you're a Christian in Israel, and those lowlifes come over here and tell us to die for them after they spit on us. This is not anti-Semitism, guys. This is just looking out for yourself. Trump has everything anyone could want in life, but it's not enough. So now he's willing to exploit religion too. So there's not anything that he won't do to get what he wants, and what he wants is to please other men. I don't know if he's a homo or not, but that's what it's about. Look at his face. These shameful, low-life, disgusting politicians, look at them. They're all in on this. Like, you guys just can't be good. We did vote for you. I'd be flattered if someone voted for me and I want some kind of seat, Senate or Congress. I'd be so flattered. I would not fucking betray these people. But they're just always trying to find ways to fool the people who gave them and trusted them. So fuck you. You two. You're pathetic. You use religion. Well, I can't wait to their meeting with God at Heaven's Gates or whatever they talk about. And they're going to say, well, I did touch Trump's hand. And what are they going to say? He was the Holy One. And God will bitch slap him right down to hell. And Jesus will help him. Anyways, guys, tell me what you think.